Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, August 30th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple of quick clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, ticker symbol MARA. Some very good news out there for cryptos today. And everything just exploded, including this one, which has now set up a good solid pattern here headed into Wednesday. And this pattern here, as I draw it out, please realize this is not me trying to impress you or imply that this is a great discovery or anything like that. This is something that you got to think a lot of people have drawn in and are watching. And I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, let me get this first drawn in play. Call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some very dynamic movements. Meaning, and let's first just make this one color to make it easier to see. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have this big explosion right there. For you golfers out there, make it a little bit more visual. Put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. So again, a lot of people watching this. Now, does this guarantee anything? No, but does it make it plausible to think that if the price comes up here and gets the break up through that top part of the pattern, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a potential outcome. So if you like bull pennants, if you like stocks down below the $20 range, definitely keep an eye on this one. Next one, ticker symbol NIO. Absolutely crazy day today. When you stop and think about the fact that there is this gap down and then the market opened and the price dropped all the way here, and then you look at where the price has recovered back to, I mean, truly a crazy day. Price all over the place, and you have to give credit where credit's due. From where the price was at its lows to where it bounced, good solid move, but that does lead to a valid question. But is there any sort of genuine power? Is there any sort of true strength behind this big move? And I have no idea, but by using charts, we can make answering that question very straightforward. In my mind, it's all about this level right here at $10.25, give or take. Why is that level so important? Well, hopefully we can all agree on the logic that price movements with genuine power, with true strength, are not going to go right back to where they were. They're going to make some sort of progress. Meaning if the price were to come down here and then just continue on down, what would that be doing to the price? That would essentially be putting the price right back inside of this range where it just was. And again, that's not a sign of true, genuine power. But to be fair, nothing can go straight up. So maybe the price comes down here, but instead behaves like that before starting to curl back upwards. Now, all of a sudden, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right there. You'd have lows down here. And if you envision each one of those as stair steps, what do you have? Well, you have stair steps making progress in the upwards direction. And again, that's what a truly strong move is going to do. Not go straight up, but at least show signs of progress. And again, in this situation, the quote-unquote sign of progress being staying above $10.25. Next one here, AXLA. Big mover here for this penny stocks, or for you penny stock players out here. Here you go. So let's map out a couple of key levels here. First key dynamic as far as resistances are concerned, right up here around the 46, 47 cent mark, give or take, right around that area. And then as far as next part, does seem to be a bit of a little consolidation range right here. So change that to support. And maybe some of you know right where I'm headed with this because you've already seen this pattern once, but we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big upwards move right here, the golf hole down here. So we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. Biggest difference here is this is simply on a penny stock. So maybe you like bull pennants, but you only trade penny stocks. Well, here you go. Keep an eye on LA. Next one, ticker symbol DNA. Again, very nice mover here. And a bit of a unique trend line because you have a situation where the trend line actually has, and the resistance actually has an upward slope to it. Try to grab, there we go, which you can see right here. In fact, there we go. Now we're precise, but you can see that in theory, over time, the price could never ever break that trend line again, but the price would still be going up over time because, like I said, it could come up here, rejected, come up here, rejected, come up here, rejected. And in each of those instances, the price is still putting in a higher high. So that's why I call it more of a unique trend line. But given the history today, it does seem as though that's going to be a potential area of resistance that trade plans could be built around moving forward. And then on the flip side of things, as far as supports are concerned, and in particular, if you like to play more so pullbacks, interesting pullback area right there around $2.12. So keep an eye on that. But all in all, anyway, look at it. Big volume today, nice price movement, and the price, as long as it continues putting those higher highs, that's what matters most. Next one, AMC, and the bloodshed continues. Sort of a cruel day, and I say that because during that 30-minute session right there, I mean, it looked like things were coming back to life. It looked like there could have been a good solid bounce. Now, granted, I mean, there was still, if you're some sort of, micro day trader, that movement right there from a bounce standpoint, you had plenty of opportunity to make some profit. But more so from a bigger picture point of view, you can see people getting excited. Okay, look at this big solid green candle. Here we go. And then the rest of the day just rolled back over and just bled and bled. So that's what I mean by a cruel day, in the sense of how it kind of teased right there that it wanted to be strong, and then it completely was not. Now, on the flip side of things, at least the price didn't drop down here and just break to new lows. But moving forward now, $10.70 is going to be a very important level for no reason, for nothing complicated other than the fact that, well, that's where the bleeding stopped earlier this morning. So potentially a double bottom moving forward. If the price does come down a bit more, can you get some sort of bottom? So for those of you that like to play double bottoms, maybe you're looking at something like that. But as always, risk management matters, because there's no guarantee it will bounce. So you want to make sure that you don't turn yourself into a bag holder or something like that. So if it doesn't work out, then like I said, that's why stop loss and risk management matters. But if you do get some sort of double bounce, then relative to what was being risked, you could be looking at some good solid upside. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online web class that I'm offering here in just a couple of days. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description box you can click on, or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage you can click on. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and this will mean a bit more to those of you that watched the previous video, but I talked about that area of resistance right there as basically the little bit of this consolidation, and you can see when the price came up here, broke through that level, never really looked back, and has had a very, very impressive day. No doubt about that at all. So we can go ahead and get rid of these lines as they serve their purpose for now, and we'll get things updated now to more relevant levels. So as far as supports are concerned, if you like to play pullbacks, very interesting level right there at the 250, 250 mark. And then I'll add in one more just in case maybe you prefer to see a deeper pullback right there at the 248.50 mark. So I would definitely consider those the main areas of resistance, or excuse me, of support. In terms of levels of resistance, I realize the chart's harder to see here, but this is always a good problem to have when you have to go back this far into the chart's history. But next key overarching level going to be right up there, approximately at the $260.50 range. So I'll zoom back in here. So now you can see where that red line is coming from. But all in all, anyway, look at it. Explosive move today, big volume. So we'll see if this is the start of something much bigger for the remainder of the week. Next one, BITO, which is all about the cryptos. And like I said earlier with MARA, good news for cryptos. Therefore, this thing exploded. And we have ourselves a very, very solid pattern here. So like I said earlier, by no means am I trying to press you and say, okay, this is a great discovery or a special talent. No, a lot of people have noticed that trend line right there. But the one difference I'm going to make here is let's just use that pink line as a lower trend line, which is the 200 period moving average. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the move up here. You could start, from down there, however you want to do it. But point being, we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. So if you're in the crypto space, you like bull pennant patterns, then I definitely keep an eye on BITO. Next one here, ICCT. This might have been a reverse split today. I don't know that for sure. So just full transparency, that is a guess on my part. But regardless, core point here is that, check it out, not much going on. And then boom, big volume, big movement here. And sometimes that's all you need for, at least for me, is, and let's take a step back. What's the philosophy of a watch list? Well, it's to find unique, to find interesting situations and not rush out and start randomly buying stuff, but to watch it and see how things play out. And in my opinion, when you get huge volume like this, you get big old price movement like this, it's certainly worth at least keep an eye on. And that's what I would say to keep an eye on moving forward here with ICT. And I know there's been quite a bit of drama with it, but when you get this sort of drama, you get this sort of price action and volume, it's worth keeping an eye on. Maybe you're like, no, I don't like these situations. They're too volatile for me. I completely understand that. Fair enough. But some people do like these very volatile situations. So again, a lot of drama around this one right now. So drama, volume, volatility. If you like that sort of circumstances, then definitely keep an eye on it. Next one, TIVC, and a very ugly looking chart right here. But as some of you know what I'm going to say next, there can be opportunity in the ugly. But when you stop and think about it, the price gapped up here. And this was a reverse split, so nobody got rich. There was a manipulation of the share structure. So like I said, nobody got rich, unfortunately, on this one. But point here being is it gapped up with the reverse split. It has now started to come down further and further, but it's now starting to approach some key levels. And the main level here is that 50 period moving average right there, where, again, no guarantees, but is it plausible? Is it valid that the price could come down here, find some support, and then curl back upwards? Yeah, that is certainly a valid thought process to have. Does not mean it will work. Hence, again, risk management matters, but nobody could accuse you of saying, oh, that's some sort of random dynamic. On the other side of things, if you like to play more so breakouts, then nice little trend line here that's in place that you got to think probably a lot of people have drawn. So with that in play, definitely keep an eye on that moving forward. If you're someone that likes to, potentially say, okay, I think that if the price comes up here and breaks, people are just going to buy just because they're breakout players. So if you want to try to take part in a potential self-fulfilling prophecy, then that's an area from at least the breakout standpoint that I think could potentially make sense. But yeah, no doubt about it. Ugly dynamics here right now, but we'll see if there's some opportunity within the ugly. Next one, TQQQ, which is an ETF that measures the NASDAQ. So if you believe the NASDAQ market is going to go up, this one will also go up, which is exactly why it had a very, very impressive day today. You can see got the breakout of these levels down here, which I talked about earlier. And if you watch yesterday's video, talked about that pink line there and how it was all, kind of a big battle. Will it break? And yeah, it broke, and it broke in a very, very big way. So for any of you that watched that video and played the breakout of that 200 period moving average, congratulations. You, I'm guessing, had a very good day. But let's now map out some newer levels that are relevant. So as far as supports are concerned and pullback areas, first interesting dynamic right there at $40.90 for more of a deeper pullback. Another potential level to watch right there at $40.10. So watch those from the pullback standpoint. In fact, I'll just go ahead and get rid of that level as it's played its purpose now. As far as areas of resistance, again, I realize harder to see here, but this is always a good problem to have when you have to go back this far into a chart's history. There we go. So next key level of resistance. See, did it break above that one? Nope, not quite. So right there at 41.80, and then after 41.80, next key level up there at 42.20. So, and this is coming, there's 41.80, that's where that's coming from. And then 42.20 is coming from way back there. But point here being is when you have to look that far back into the history to find areas of resistance, that just shows how powerful of a day it was. So yeah, big breakout today. Does it get more momentum? We'll see what happens. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here, then I want you to go get signed up for that free training. It'll be in a couple days, Thursday, August 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do two things for me. Hit that like button, leave a comment below, say hi, give me a smiley face, tell me what you traded today. Those two things provide feedback that you enjoy these videos. And as long as you know that you're enjoying these types of videos, I will continue to make them. So like I said, your help in that regard, I really do thank you because it helps out the channel and just provides good feedback. So go get signed up for that free class, hit the like button, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.